Blood-curdling screams, terrifying endings, twists nobody saw coming, horror movie endings that kept me awake at night. Which horror movie ending scared you the most? Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel, the place where I dive into the darkest corners of cinema. Today I am counting down the top 10 creepiest horror movie endings that left us all sleeping with the lights on. Now if you are a fan of spine-chilling finales, then you're in for a treat. Before I get started, let me just give a quick spoiler warning because I will be talking about horror movie endings, some which have major, massive twists, so proceed with caution. Kicking off my list today at number 10 is the atmospheric ghost story The Others, which has an ending that still sends shivers down my spine. This story is set in a remote mansion during World War II, where Grace, played by the amazing Nicole Kidman, lives with her two children who suffer from a rare photosensitivity condition. Strange occurrences in the house lead Grace to believe that they are being haunted by spirits. The tension and mystery builds as Grace tries to uncover the truth. Now, in the end of the movie, a twist revealing that Grace and her children are the actual ghosts, having died in a tragic accident. This realization transforms the entire narrative, leaving us to question what we perceive as reality and the afterlife. And the whole build-up and the chilling revelation makes this ending unforgettable. Next up is Ari Aster's Hereditary, a film that takes family drama and elevates it to pure nightmare fuel. The movie centers on the Graham family, particularly Annie, played by Toni Collette, who is dealing with the death of her secretive mother. As the family grapples with their loss, they begin to uncover sinister secrets about their ancestry. Disturbing events and tragedies unfold throughout the movie, particularly affecting Annie's children, Peter and Charlie. The shocking climax sees Annie discovering the true nature of her family's dark legacy. The ending unveils a terrifying cult manipulation, culminating in Peter's soul being transferred to a demonic entity named Pieman. The imagery of decapitation and the twisted worship scenes leave a very dark, haunting mark, making this a movie ending that is impossible to forget. Coming in at number 8, we have The Sixth Sense, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Now, this film's ending redefined the plot twist genre. This story follows Dr. Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist played by Bruce Willis, who takes on the case of Cole Sear, a young boy portrayed by Haley Joel Osment. Now, Cole, he is haunted with his abilities because he can see dead people, which isolates him and frightens him deeply. Throughout the film, Dr. Crowe does his best to try and help Cole, which, he's also dealing with his own personal things behind the scenes, the strains of his marriage. The movie builds up to a heart-stopping climax when Dr. Crowe realizes he himself has been dead all along, a victim of a shooting that we actually see at the beginning of the film. This revelation is not just shocking, but it ties up every subtle clue dropped throughout the movie. The subtlety and the craft of the storytelling makes this ending a true masterpiece that has gone down in history. At number 7, we have got Cabin in the Woods, which offers a meta-horror twist. A group of friends head to a remote cabin for a getaway, only to find themselves subjected to bizarre and deadly events orchestrated by a hidden organization. The film cleverly deconstructs horror tropes, leading viewers through a maze of twists and turns. The film ends with the discovery of an ancient ritual where young people are sacrificed to appease ancient gods. Now, this twist turns horror conventions on their heads, culminating in an apocalypse brought about by the protagonist's refusal to play their roles. It's clever, it's chilling, and it's very unexpected. At number 6, we have Rosemary Rosemary's Baby, which delivers one of the most unsettling endings in horror history. The film stars Mia Farrow as Rosemary, a young woman who moves into a new apartment with her husband, Guy. Strange neighbors and eerie events lead Rosemary to suspect that something is terribly wrong. As her pregnancy progresses, she becomes increasingly paranoid and isolated. Now, in the climax of this movie, it reveals that Rosemary's Baby is the spawn of Satan, part of a diabolical plot by her husband and neighbors. The haunted lullaby, as she realizes the truth about her baby, leaves viewers with a sense of profound dread and helplessness, a testament to Polanski's masterful direction. At the halfway mark now, and we have The Mist, directed by Frank Darabont, and of course is based on the famous Stephen King novel. Now, this movie is known for its bleak and soul-crushing ending. The film follows David Drayton and his son as they become trapped in a supermarket with other townspeople when a mysterious mist engulfs their town. The mist is filled with deadly, otherworldly creatures, creating a tense and desperate survival scenario. The movie explores themes of fear, faith, and the breakdown of society under extreme stress. Now, as hope starts to fade, David and a small group of survivors decide to escape the supermarket. They then jump in a car, but they end up running out of gas, and they believe that there is no other option. David mercy kills the group, including his own son. Moments later, the mist begins to clear and the military arrives, saving the remaining survivors, in other words, David. Now, the gut-wrenching ending highlights the horror of despair and the brutality of fate. If only David had waited a few more minutes. At number 4, we have the eerie classic Don't Look Now, directed by Nicholas Roeg. Now, the film's ending is both shocking and quite surreal. After a series of ominous visions, John Baxter's search for answers about his dead daughter leads him to a tragic and horrifying conclusion. The final reveal of the mysterious red-coated figure is a masterstroke of suspense and terror. The unsettling atmosphere and the haunting imagery makes this ending a true standout in horror history. Number 3 now, and we have the movie Saw by James Wan, a film that introduced us to the twisted world of Jigsaw, but it's the ending that truly horrified audiences. We follow these two men, Adam and Dr. Lawrence Gordon. They end up waking up in this grimy bathroom, changed at opposite ends. They are part of Jigsaw's sick game, each given a choice that will test their morality and survival instincts. The whole film is filled with suspense and gruesome puzzles, but the shocking twist, well, the seemingly dead body on the floor rises, revealing itself as John Kramer, the Jigsaw Killer. This slow, ominous crawl of realization as the door closes shut solidifies this ending as one of horror's most shocking moments. Coming in at number 2 is Stephen King's Carrie. Now, the ending of Carrie is powerful and haunting, combining elements of horror, tragedy, and psychological trauma. It's a fitting conclusion to a story about bullying, repression, and the consequences of pushing someone over the edge. After Carrie kills everyone on prom night and then meets a tragic end with her unhinged mother, the film ends with a dream sequence where Sue Snell, who is one of the very few survivors, she ends up visiting the site of Carrie's house, or rather what's left of Carrie's house, should I say. Now, in the dream, as Sue places flowers down on the site, Carrie's bloody hand reaches up from the ground, grabbing Sue. It's at this point that the scene is revealed to be a nightmare, showing Sue's trauma from the events on prom night. This ending has had a long-lasting impact on audiences and remains one of the most memorable and probably one of the most jumpiest in horror film history. And finally, at number 1, we have Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, a movie that is a cornerstone of horror cinema, and its ending is legendary. The film follows Marion Crane, who steals money from her employer, and she ends up at the Bates Hotel, run by the seemingly mild-mannered Norman Bates. The tension escalates as Marion is murdered in that infamous shower scene, and Norman's dark secrets begin to unravel throughout the movie. We discover discover that Norman Bates, played by the amazing Anthony Perkins, has been driven mad by his mother's overbearing presence, going so far as to embody her personality after her death. The final scene, where Norman's sinister smile blends with his mother's voice, reveals the depths of his split personality and leaves an undeniable mark on the audience. An absolute horror classic. And there you have it, guys, my top 10 creepiest horror movie endings. Which one gave you the most chills? Let me know in the comments box below, and maybe, just maybe, there might be a part 2 of this video series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more of my spine-tingling content. Thank you all for watching, guys. I will see you all next time.